Okay, so today I'm going to be touring my old base. It's a work in progress even at the time, so please forgive the crude construction as of right now, or as of forever, since I'm not going to be finishing it. So I just got so tired of the darn changes the devs keep making to, fix the game and stuff, but kind of broke my save recently. So yeah, this was on, at this point, this was on day 493 on hard mode, because hard mode survival had not yet come out. And just to let you know, well, you can probably see from the FPS counter in the top right there, pretty low. My computer's not the best, so I've got the draw distance on pretty darn low here. Hopefully still enough graphics to not look too bad on the on your guys' end. But yeah. Let's see here. So yeah, over there is towards just the plane and starting area. There's not too much over there. Might take a walk over there later at night or something. It's kind of nice in the moonlight with the rock path and the strategically placed, I don't think strategically is the right word, but just, nice lanterns to guide your way. So yeah, aside from being a work in progress still, and well, never to be completed now, this other main design factor that you should probably know that is that everything was designed around the trees in this base, so that I don't know, a lot of the wonky shape and stuff like that came about just because of the trees being the main factor in most design decisions. Like just from the as you can see right here, I have the these trees, these outlier trees that are just on the edge of the base, sheathed in stone here, so that the armsies can't just come in and smack them. The time I made this base, actually, well, most of the, because it's a fairly long-lived save, so for most of this base's, for most of this base's life, rock was invulnerable, so this was actually pretty good, so you couldn't have anything destroyed, but yeah, after they changed that, it basically just became kind of ornamental, just for the look of it, but and you can see inside the platforms here, I originally had the stone going all the way up to the top, but I realized that the fire-throwing cannibals, and that's why I extended up, is because the cannibals, or the fire-throwing ones, is because their splash AoE goes straight through those rocks for some reason, so I just decided to use these platforms, which was a lot easier at the time to place down, because I was just getting sick of doing so much rock at that time. But yeah, so that's why, I don't know, for example, this whole area kind of looks a bit ugly. I was thinking of redoing this, but again, not gonna happen on this save. Yeah, I've got, you may notice I've got these fins around the base. Originally I built the first one just to get up to, I guess, kind of a bit of scaffold. Ow. I've got the command console on to, for God mode, by the way, just so I don't die, even though this base was built without any command console cheats or anything like that. Just for the tour, I wanted to be immortal. Anyways, yeah, this was originally just a scaffolding to get up. Obviously, it's a bit easier when your FPS was a bit higher. But, oh, fuck off. Oh my god. Anyways, you get what I'm talking about. It was scaffolding, and then the first one I realized was actually pointing due east, or pretty much, it's over there, and pointing due east, and then I realized I wanted to make the rest of the little scaffolding things pointing basically sort of as the cardinal point, so the base is kind of like a little compass itself. Although they're pretty thin, so you probably can't see them if you're using fly mods or anything like that to look at the base from above. So I'm just thinking of maybe making them thicker, like adding another row or two on each side. But yeah, neat little change of use of construction. Yeah, so with my rock paths here, I tried to make all these junctions between the outer sections, I guess, of various rock pathing to have these nice little mosaics at the junctions there, and then try and have the paths that actually lead into the base be a bit more I don't know, open-ended, I guess you could say. Just have that little section in there, kind of. Yeah. Here's a kind of neat thing. When the developers were placing the, okay then, keep having interestingly spawning stuff here. When the developers were placing the pond water over there, they kind of messed up a little bit, and they ended up adding the water over here as well. You can hear it as you jump around. So I realized this whole area here was basically just mismarked as water, so I tried to mark as close as I could the outlines of it to like a little kiddie pool of sorts or something like that. I don't know. With the stone stuff here, so it almost looks like a little temple. I was, again, thinking of building that further, but never gonna happen now. Well, I can still do it. Oh, I can still do it on my new version of this world that I made, using the command console for infinite resources and such. So I'm not even sure if this is going to headshot at this low FPS. Nope, counted as a body shot. Also hit the tree, so that may have changed something with the trajectory and damage there. I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but yeah, oh nice. 15, 14 FPS. Yeah, I can usually, anything below 10 FPS, it usually just doesn't count as a headshot for some reason. I feel like that just hit the tree. Be interesting if he actually moved. I don't know. Oh. Just kind of stand there waiting for me. So yeah, got the nice little water temple here. Could have made that bigger. So this rock path just goes over to the that village, literally just right there. So nothing special. I think this rock path goes over to the the rock path continues on the other side of this clearing over there. It heads over to the main cannibal village. I didn't actually build the rock path through the clearing yet, because when I was doing these rock paths, they couldn't actually be removed, so you wanted to make sure you built everything beforehand so that you didn't build over where you needed to build later on. And yeah, so I was thinking of doing, actually I wasn't sure what I wanted to do in this open area, but I'm sure I was going to do something, so save the build for there. But the main reason I had the oh, it's just a bunch of birds. The main reason I had the rock path leading out there was to the main cannibal village where the dynamite is, so that because whenever my friends would join here, they'd always want to blow the base up. So got that going on over there. More of these rock path junctions. Got the low FPS. Okay, that things are just spawning and despawning. rather liking this lighting. I haven't really looked at it from this angle too much, the base too much from this angle at this time of day before. Very silvery and nice. A little bit blurry, but that's just because I had to turn everything down because my computer's dying. By the way, so yeah, this was, since it sort of formulated as I went along myself, and as I played the game and learned building styles, sort of evolved along with me. I did not realize when I was very first building these extensions out, these pillars to support these custom floors. Those were like the maybe third part of the base. Like originally there was just a little bit of a wooden, or sorry, not a little bit of rock right about here, leading, you know, just leading around the base, and then I built just some thin pillars up to support, and then other ones out. But I didn't realize at the time that if you start your pillars on the inside, or your custom floor on the inside, with the first and last anchor points here, then you can just go out, and these outer ones don't matter. So I didn't realize that, so I could have built it so I could have knocked these pillars out. But by the time I really realized that, I think it was watching Broadbent, I think, when he really codified it. I think he was the first person I saw that kind of explained it pretty well. But yeah, so I could have done that better, but you know, I'll do that in the next iteration of the build. So yeah, you can see I have these, what was that? Is that just me walking? I think so. You can see I have these rock struts, I guess, leading out to the said previously mentioned rock pillars. Those are, as you can see, are to hold the supporting poles of custom stairs in the level above, because I wasn't able to get all of the levels to be the same. So I need the stairs to bridge, although now I've got much better techniques, so I'd do something different. But I don't know, ended up making for a neat looking thing, and it also means that I could, well, I could have done it anyways, but I think it just looks better with an excuse to do these little separator things, so that you can, if somebody does happen to glitch up onto this little walkway around here, then you can, you know, like say they're in this section, they get up there, and then you're like, oh, they're coming at me, and you just got to get into the next section there, and you can gather your wits about you and start shooting stuff at them, or try and poke them with a spear or something. Because people do occasionally get up here. It's usually the cannibals, but sometimes like a Armsy or a cowman might get up, and that's a bit scary. This one was way too tall for me to bother trying to separate off, and also right here it narrows down anyways, so I really doubt they'll. I've never seen anybody get right through here, so. So this is one of the side entrances. So these ones you have to jump up onto a little step and then crouch, and then get right through into the entrance. It's another little thing that I like to do, is to make you have to crouch to get in. I think I remember seeing that from Broadbent as well. Let's see here. Yeah, I think I've already seen most of this. This one is still a side entrance, but I didn't enclose it for some reason. I might have... Oh, I think I wasn't done in this area, so I didn't want to jump the gun and start filling stuff in. But, yeah, because I think I need to put a stairs here or something as well and stuff. I don't know. But, yeah, it wasn't quite done. Most of the time, if you see something kind of weird, the answer is, oh, I just wasn't quite done, or I was getting around to it. But, yeah. So yeah, the walkway leads all around the base for the most part, up until right here. I was thinking I might link that with the rest of the walkway, or I might leave it open. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. It's basically all about whether I could manage to get this little spar of sorts again. So like if this was covered about to the width of the proper walkway, then the spar would have to come out from about right here, but then it would be trying to sit on top of this damn rock, so I have to see if I can cut it through like that, so that it would actually look proper, and then it would have the added bonus of if you just step onto the rock itself, then you don't have to even jump. It should just clear it, so you don't have to jump. It'll just put you right on the rock wall, that is, from the natural rock. But, yeah, I think I can try that in the new save since it's basically in the same spot. Ooh, damn frames. Yeah, I guess we can check this out. So, this, I think this, yeah, it's kind of hard to see. There, this custom platform was one of the first things I placed in this base, I think, and then I ended up just placing a few, rack, the healing stuff, armor rack. Yeah, I don't know, just some basic stuff, and then, at the time that I built this, they hadn't added that, they had not added that mechanic where you, can't really step into these torches anymore to burn yourselves, because it used to be quite a problem. So I meant to place this off here, and then I think I was going to have like a little fencing right here or something like that, so you can just kind of lean down, do that, stick your arrow in the fire to light it, and then you can continue defending the base from this this little defensive stone and brazier thing here. I was originally going to have this all stone, but ended up just doing some wood for the interior. It's just so much easier. But I did manage to stick to my target of making an all stone roof. I think it's you can see it kind of curves up with the lay of the land because of the well, that one it's obviously just because of the lay of land, but then these sides support pillars here were built onto each other and into each other partially, so that they kind of rose up halfway on each successive one, so that it kind of complemented the whole shape. And then had the frames had this cut in the stone roof, and then had to have this supporting spar going that way, so that all of these ones could end right there, and then these farther ones over here could end all the way over there, and then I'd be able to have this cut here with a bit more roof on top that was still rock, because I wanted to have the like, obviously, as you see, this part starts into wood, and then above it starts into wood. I wanted the rock to kind of end over on this side. I guess there's one more. I think this rock is just to support another pole for a custom stone. But I meant to get over to here before sundown. Let's not do that, right? So yeah, I'll come back tomorrow for that. I'm gonna go do that walk in the moonlight I was talking about. I cannot see. There we go. I should have put in another skull lantern right about here. That's a pretty big gap between the last two lanterns. So yeah, I don't know. I personally love the feel of just nice little walkway and the scale lanterns occasionally lighting up the underlit trees from below. Very nice. That boulder looks a little bit intimidating when you come down from this. Okay, then. Even more intimidating is this bush that shouldn't be here, because the rock path is supposed to clear shrubbery. I don't understand it. Birds scaring me. But, yeah. Another case of, finish the rock path before you, or like, finish the rock path outside of your construction area before you, because I wanted to build something in here around this nice waterfall. So, like, just, some kind of, I don't know, raised platform. I was thinking on, put rocks on these rocks and then, build them up into a custom floor and just kind of have a nice little floating overhead area to, enclose this dell, if you will. Yeah. Pick it up back over here. Is the moon finally coming out? No. Still just relying on this torch there. Wait, what? Oh no. At one point, remember those dev fixes I was talking about, quotation marks around the fixes part, on my world they managed to, as you can see, they managed to extend these rock paths out of what they should have been. I can't tell what the logic is. It's either duplicates them or it extends them, or I can't tell exactly what the hell is going on here, but I think that's the right one. It's too straight, so I don't think that's my one. So if I get rid of that, then only my ones should remain. There we go. But yeah, that's one of the dev fixes I was talking about, one of the reasons I didn't want to keep working in this world. It's funny because I was just done my rock paths too, and then they did that. Another thing that, you know, sometimes happens with worlds when they release fixes is that all the trees will grow back. That can be quite a problem for some people. Like, you know, as you can see right here, it's like, oh, that's in my rock paths. I don't really appreciate that, but for some people it'll grow right into their base, because they would first clear out a treeless area for their base, and then the damn trees respawn on them. So then just huge problems. But it wasn't too bad for my base, because the way I designed it, I really like I was saying, I wanted to embrace the trees, so I didn't really do too much tree cutting, and then only to have them grow back. If they do grow back, they're already perfectly enfolded by the structures, so that I don't have to worry about them too much. But yeah, this is a nice little stilt house that I built. Just literally, just as you can see, just four rock pillars and a custom floor, and then whatever you want to make it feel like a nice little home. And again, when I built this, the rock pillars were invulnerable, so this was a nice little way of keeping yourself alive. But I think the theory would still kind of work if you just make it bigger, so that you know, you hang out in the main area right in the middle, and then your 4 support pillars are like, you know, 10-30 feet away from you over here, and then you just don't go near them. And since the rock doesn't really draw aggro, they is that an enemy? Or? Anyways, they won't shouldn't go anywhere near the rocks to be able to hit them to destroy them. So because you'll just hang out in the middle and they'll just be chilling right below you. So I think the theory should still work. Yeah, keep on heading towards the plane here. I'm loving that it's a full moon. this rock, I don't know, retaining wall or something. This rock wall here was played. Help me! Was placed because kept having people. Well, here, one sec. Gameplay. Kept having people. The plane's right there. That house kept having people spawn in, and then they'd start, you know, wandering over here, and then they'd have the overlay icons on, and they'd see the base over there, and then the main base, and then they'd start to just sprint straight through the woods there, completely ignoring the nice little path here I made, the stilt house, and the bigger planned stilt house over on that little dell by the waterfall there. So yeah, I was a little bit bummed out by that, so I just made this wall, like, trying to direct them, like, get over there, go this way, you fools. Still not sure where that, whoever made that yell went. Is that just a deer? Yeah. Damn deer. Okay, so here's the plane. So yeah, again, this was when rock walls were invulnerable, and the time I well, so yeah, the rock walls are invulnerable, and then obviously the sticks and then the wood were vulnerable. But by the time I was, like, I had built the rocks, and then I had built the wood, and then before, like, I decided to go do something else, to work on something else, just because it's a fairly large save and lots of things on the go, because I don't want to go crazy just doing one thing for too long. So yeah, I was gotten all this finished, and I was, I'll go do something else for a while. And then when I came back, rock walls were vulnerable now, so there's really no point in trying to further reinforce this with rocks so that they couldn't get it. So it's more just like, oh, well, it is what it is now. It's just not really functional. It's just, well, I mean, sort of functional. I mean, you have to crouch to get in, you can shoot out, and hold out for a little bit with defense, but, anyways, yeah, it's more just like, oh, it's just a novel way of getting on the plane, getting off the plane. You spawn right in this chair, I think, and then you, just some basic spears, some food, all the good stuff. I think I hear some friends outside. Maybe I can go and say hi in a sec here. Yeah, nothing too special. Ooh, except, well, still, again, not special, just neat. I put the, I'll go up there in a sec, but I put a save point up there so that you can look at the exit sign and then save. I thought that was kind of neat, because you're going to exit the game once you save, you know. Yay. I don't know. Pretty cheesy. Okay, I guess they gave up before we even started fighting. Wow, I shouldn't need to jump. Let me up here. Do I have to target that? There we go. Wait, what is it? Oh, it's just the weapon holders. Yeah, the save point up here. Let's see, got about 12 FPS. Wait, why do I only have 12 FPS here? There's barely anything built, so that means that even being around the base is just only barely half the FPS. So is it not really the base that's stressing out? Is it just the original game itself, just running around at these graphics settings? But when I changed them, it didn't make that big of a difference. Oh crap. Chief is not a big deal. I just don't want this guy burn down my chief. Armsy knocks the trees down, they can regrow. When they burn, I can't do anything. Bad burners. Bad. Ah. You all pissed? should be. Yeah, you just hide in that tree there. I'm gonna go. Did I just hear and see another one? Right in my path, but he was so blending in with the night I could not discern him. Should have gotten it when the moon was directly overhead. It would have looked nicer, but I really love this little pond. Little fishies. Hello. Fishies. Here. The stilt house. Most of the time when I, this should be a, just a straight, curve, no, a little kink kind of in the curve so that there's no, mosaic here, because the mosaics are usually a juncture of 2 or more points, but, hello. At one point, I actually did, I was leading the rock path out this way, because I came from the base and then I was leading the rock path out this way and I actually forgot where I had placed my plane, because I don't know, just like a dumbass, I forgot where it was, and then ended up going this way further than I meant to, and I couldn't remove the rocks at the time, so I just had a trail going off to nowhere, and then I had this juncture coming out to the plane where I was supposed to go, but yeah, so I removed that, but then I don't know, I kept the mosaic since it was kind of nice little juncture. What was I just about to say? Something about the rocks. Oh, right. The reason that I was even going out all the way here, because normally most people would have the plane right next to their base, and so would I. I just, for some reason, I forgot to do that thing where you just keep restarting until you get the plane in the spot you want. I just completely spaced on it. I'm a fucking idiot. I don't know what happened. But, yeah. I really don't like the look of the platforms on the trees there, to be honest. I was probably gonna redo them with well, you'll see in the next base if you stick around. Yeah, I get one last look from this side in the early morning light. Oh, well, it looks like I lied and I didn't put all of the entrances into the base as flat things. Looks like I did a couple mosaics. I guess because it looks so nice there was a bit of a circle, or not really a circle, but the curve in this general area and just invited a circle, I felt, so I ended up doing that there. I think this was done actually by accident, this weird messed up section here, so that was really hard to place lights into. I think I only got one in the end, so I did not do it properly. Like I said, actually no, that wasn't even properly would imply I tried to do it, messed it up. That hole just happened and then I couldn't even really place lights into it. Yeah, this is the one of, this is one of the main, oh, actually, no, I think I'm just an idiot. I don't know why I did a, no. Yeah, I'm not really sure why I did this. Oh, I think it was because I think it was the build order, because I built this wall first, and then I built that pillar next, and then I built that custom floor, and then I needed the stairs to be right there, but then yeah, but then at the time this walkway wasn't here, so then it was okay to have another pillar here as opposed to doing one of the rock struts from that wall out to the pole to support the thing. So now I just have this here, like a dumbass. Yeah, I think that's good from the outside for the most part. Do I want to come in this way? This was supposed to be the main entrance from the this side. Kind of come in here and yeah, I suppose I'll go in. Alright, actually no, I kind of want to go in from the beach side. I'll take a shortcut around the causeway, walkway. Oh right, I forgot now I can do the thing over here. This very brief little stretch over here of rock wall is the start of a stone maze that I had actually made in a previous iteration of this save, but like one of the very first, I think I was still on easy mode or whatever, but that had a semi-extensive rock maze along the beach, so I was thinking of redoing that, but this was the only part that I got started on. I think this bonfire was, what was this here for? I think I just placed it down and then I couldn't remove it for the longest time because of some glitch, but then eventually I could, but then I just decided to keep it as memento. So yeah, the story of this was that originally I just decided, like I said, to have the rock wall, and then I was going to have catapults on that island to shoot over into the shoot over into the rock wall, because they'd be rock maze, because they'd be trapped there and unable to do much because rocks are invulnerable. And then I just had a literally just one single rock pillar leading out, or not pillar, just a single rock wall stretching out to that way, and then I would just walk along it. And I noticed that when I was on this, they would congregate right about here and you know, just yell at me and stomp their feet and stuff. So I put all these fires here, and then I'll just throw a Molotov over at them, and they'll all be sacrificing themselves, just burning here towards my glory here. So that's a lot of fun. The FDS is just so horrible, I can't seem to, there we go. You shouldn't need to jump, I'm pretty sure I built this, there we go. Should be able to just walk. So yeah, then I decided to, because everybody was falling off since it was just a single pillar of, well, I keep saying pillar, it was just a single stretch of rock, and everybody kept falling off, myself included, and it was kind of annoying trying to fight people in the cold and the wet and keep falling off and everything. So I decided to build it a bit wider, have the very brave turtles going into the mouth of the shark. There's something just disturbing about this. I don't know. Oh, okay. So yeah, I realized afterwards that the design, I was just going for, like, you know, having a couple of rocks and then having some floor strung between them. But I realized the design somehow kind of vaguely looked like a Viking longship, or a some kind of like a maybe one of those, I can't remember the name. It's like, I think it's a Greek boat, the trireme or something, but, yeah, I don't know, nice little, vaguely ship-like thing that somehow came about, and then I added that little center pole as a mast, and I was going to keep working on that to, try and make it look more like a boat, but, yeah. So yeah, this was going to be all a bunch of catapults and stuff over here to fire at people, and arrow stations and such. Now you may think that I just built straight into the rock here, or just built on top of the rock, but for some reason you actually can't do that with this rock. It just sinks straight to the seafloor, so I had to, you can sort of see right there, I had to basically build into the rock to try and get, I put several successive layers to try and keep it within the rock so you can't see it, but still have something to build on. That was pretty fun trying it. Took me quite a while. I still have these poking out on this side, but I don't know. I think I almost like it on this side, showing it just a little bit, because it's the far side over here, it's the underside of this weird cliff face. I felt that it worked over here, just so you could see what it was all about, to get this effect of these man-made rocks coming out of these corals or something. I don't know why you can't build on them. And then yeah, just I think I literally just built this stairs and such when the game broke again. I couldn't play this thing, so that's why there's not really anything on here. It was going to be more of the arched custom roof here. Is that the wrong way? Yeah, it is. I wonder if this will let me. Yeah, it's gonna be basically like that. Maybe with cut sections in it for viewing, but as it is with nothing on it, it kind of makes a nice approach vector to just see what's going on in the base there. So yeah, this little thing down here was originally... That was neat. I didn't expect to clear that in the first place, let alone bounce back out and over. Yeah, this was originally built, I think it was just a stone enclosure of these natural stones, just somewhere to stand and shoot at people, because a little beachhead or something, I don't know. But, and then it was just an area to enclose the raft, a nice little docking harbor. Excuse me. Stretch in here. Nice little harbor here, and a little bit of a way to get over into the base. Come on. I keep changing how the ropes work. Sometimes they work in certain patches, other times they don't. That was another huge reason why I got sick of this base, because half the ropes don't work anymore. Yeah, it's a nice little way into the stone extension on the base. A little fortress almost. So yeah, let's see. Originally I had wanted to make it so that you just kind of jump up like that and just keep jumping up on various stone platforms, or even manage to, if I could manage to get one stone wall to just kind of lay down in a, like, as you can see it's trying to snap horizontally, but I wanted it to come vertically down this way so that you could, you know, something like that, so you could just walk up it. But I don't know, I eventually ditched it just because it was a lot simpler just to do these wooden stairs to get up, and my god, they look horrible now. I forget which update did that, where the stairs get all wonky to make it look more like the character doesn't really know what he's doing. But I'm not really the biggest fan of that change. Yeah, I got a nice little nook here. I tried to get, I didn't want to enclose it fully, just stone all the way to the top. I wanted to have the stick fences so it feels a bit more open from the inside. You can sort of see in from the outside. Although I'm kind of trying to look away because I'm trying to save the inside for a bit here later. Okay, so yeah, you can see the ways to get up into the this is the, I guess, the second or third level of the little stone extension there. So yeah, you can either try to, is it this side? Oh no, I think it's easier on this side. You can try to jump in from the sides like this and try to get onto this the roof section. Hold on, stop lagging. The roof section, which is, you know, a good way to get to see the roof section. And then you can try and climb the this is the western Cardinal point extension spar, whatever, of the base. It doesn't extend to the ground. I was going to work on that. Because actually at the time you couldn't build on wooden bridges, but they changed that, so now I can just build on that bridge now and just extend it to the ground in one continuous line. So that'll just work just fine. Before I was looking at having to have build another custom floor underneath the bridge. I don't know why I didn't just build a custom floor instead of a bridge in the first place, but well, I think I didn't realize that you couldn't build the damn things. But yeah. So where are we going here? Alright, I wanted to show one more thing briefly. So yeah, the oh right, no, never mind, that one's fine. Thought it was in the middle of the walkway. I was like, ah, really? But so yeah, these defensive walls were, I think, like the third or second thing I placed in this base. So you can see the width of the defensive spikes that adds onto them. Most of the time I have these rock walls facing right up against them, so that you have these nice little walkways that you can walk down, little hidden defensive, I feel like there's a word for them that I don't know. I feel like you'd see this in like a medieval castle type thing, like a place where messengers can run behind the walls to inform the generals about changes in the battlefield. But you can also, if I recall, sort of get, oh, got a crouch now. There we go. You can get up to the extension thing. Like, you saw the other side of the stairs and that, and then on the outside here, and then on the inside, it's a nice little walkway up to where you want to be. I love splitting the stairs into two sections. Because they're fairly wide stairs, might as well use them. There you can sort of see the bit of, okay, plant's going to spawn in. Bit of the beginning of the base. Not quite ready to show the rest here. Just want to show that that's the, that is indeed how you get in and out of that. Oh, and right, that's why I did that. I was showing you the reason for this stair was having the that hidden part beneath, right, with the defensive spikes. The little I don't know what to call it. So yeah, that's how you get around there, and then get in here. And I wanted to include this. I like including the natural elements of the game into the design process. Build in and around them, like tried to build in and around this big ass wooden log here. And this is I don't know, this big most of this in fact is here, but specifically that big wooden, no, that's not wood, this big rockin', that's not stone, I guess. Big stone section here is just to prevent fire throwing cannibals from throwing in and getting all my precious trees. And generally call this little area up in here the nook, and just the whole point of the nook is just, again, trying to keep those fireballers from getting, because this is the only one big open area in the entire base, really. I want to put stuff here to block you. This makes for a pretty good place to shoot down at people who are trying to come and get my scaffolding slash eastern cardinal point. Or no, that's so. Yeah, I think that. Wait, let me go. I think that's basically it for now, and that kind of stuff. This is this idea I was kind of working on. I didn't get it on this attempt, but I got at least a neat looking door, kind of double door effect. I wanted a functional double door, but I'll work on that. Not really sure. I've got this walkway all the way up until here, all the way from around the main section of the base, all the way up till here. I'm not really sure what I was going to do or why I stopped it right here. There should be, you know, 3 more, 1, 2, 3, 4, with the 4th there having 2 levels, but I guess it was to be completed. On this one, by the time I built this this thing, I don't know. By the time I built this, I had to advance the building technique a bit, so I had planned ahead to add this hole where I could have these lights. Not sure if I mentioned, but the reason I don't have many lights is so far, or never to be, because I'm never going to complete this now, but was because the computer is already dying enough as it is, and the lights, I had quite a bit of stress on the computer, so yeah, that's why that. I think I'm pretty much ready to start showing off the main interior here. I got 2, I think 2, maybe 3 big things on the outside there I still need to show you, but I'll do those on the next day here. I'll just spend the night inside. So yeah, here I am. I was just saying lights kill my computer, and now I'm lighting everything, but with the fires, at least they die out, and then you can you know, with the lights, they're permanently there, and you're just can't even load in the base anymore. Oh yeah, silly YouTube ads. Okay. Alright, there's one more. I'm just kind of rushing through. I'll explain what. Well, I mean, the interior is fairly self-explanatory. I'm sure you can understand. Like over here, I got all the bones and stuff, the weapons and all that. Over here is obviously where the, well, not obviously, I only have a couple strips left, oops. But over here is the food, and I got the water. By the way, another thing I forgot to mention was that over by the heading towards the plain there, the dell with the waterfall in it, I was thinking of adding something more like this, because I realized after I built this that it vaguely looks like a water slide. So I was thinking of doing something in and around the waterfall so that it would look like a water park, water slide, or something like that. I don't know. I would try and do that. I think it looks pretty cool. But yeah, I got my giving tree here, the birdhouses, sap, sheltered my little garden plot and my bunnies. All very basic stuff. Seems like we got company. I want to show you this. Pretty sure I have building instruction off, so I don't have to worry about people. But this Alpine Treehouse was, I think, the very first thing I built in this base. That's when I started building around the trees and having the trees, you know, be the main design aspect. And then, yeah, you can't do it now, but at one point, you could stick. Where's the best viewing point? God damn, it's so low, I think. You can sort of see there, I put rocks inside of the tree, and I built them up into right up to the top here, so that you could do a custom floor between. I think I had 3 sections of rock. I think I destroyed the other 2 because I didn't need them. But yeah, so you could say a custom floor, and then on the custom floor you're allowed to place a chair and such, because you couldn't really manage to get a chair. Like, I think chairs can go down like on the sides and stuff, or out here, and it was just in the way and it wasn't centered and it didn't look good, so I wanted to force being allowed to place my own chair wherever I wanted. And then I wanted to have this cage here to catch a bunny or something like that, so that I could just bring it up here and put it in, and then the thing would drop and it would kind of look like a toilet seat. So maybe it's my throne, but it's literally my throne, my phone. You get it? Yes. Absolutely terrible. But didn't actually work, because the animals just shoot right to the ground when you drop them, so that I can't trigger this to set the toilet seat down, so sorry ladies. It's very shitty, shitty. It's very non-functional time. So yeah, let's just try to get a look at the main interior here. Some auxiliary stick storage. I really should have put a fire over there. It's hard to see. There's not really too much though, because that's the end right there, as you can see. Oh, actually, it's good how I'm coming over this way now. You can see. So here's this section right over in here, and then it's got one of the more hidden side entrances. Although from this side it looks fairly obvious. Got the nice wide inviting stairs in here. Hopefully I managed to get these rocks. I've had a few trial ones so that where they didn't manage to get fire bombs into my trees. So hopefully I managed to get everything in place properly to block them. But yeah, and the start of all my hidden furniture everywhere. I wonder if this still works. Oh, this rope is broken. Yeah, so you can see that's the outside wall there, so it doesn't really need too much more lighting, I guess. Not really sure why I kept this hole in here. I think I was going to build more stuff down here, or maybe it was to illustrate that way back when I was building, I literally just had like 2 levels of rocks just to keep the enemies out, and then I would have this one level of rock to jump up to the second level so you could just shoot over. So it was trying to show the evolution of the base, so at one point it was literally just shooting over rock walls. This is one of the sections where the spikes aren't closely followed by the rock wall, so it actually feels like a passageway. This is a bit more open here. Yeah, all pretty basic there. I hope I did. It would be really funny. But I might have put a chair in this one even. Oh, can I even get in here? Okay, so that's blocking me, so I gotta go around it. There we go. And yes. Yes! Oh, there's no chair, but I put 2 tables in here. I think this is before you were able to put baskets and stuff on the tables. I wonder if you can... And, so yeah, I didn't do it then, but since then, they've also kind of done it so that it's a lot harder now to put baskets on the tables, so it will work now, but it won't work now, if you know what I'm saying. Like, it'll technically do it, but it'll be very... See, it'll go on the rock walls, but it'll... Oh! The emerald, or... It's almost like it's going to the rock walls, not the table. But if the rock walls are close enough and it allows the table, hell, I don't know. But yeah, so you get the idea. I could possibly do it, it just seems to take a while to get in place in there. What's going on here? What's the gap here? Oh, it's because this isn't a custom floor. This is a just a wooden bridge between these things here. Because yeah, I wanted, again, trees are the main design aspect, so I wanted instead of just doing like a custom floor or something across. Oh shit! All the fire's down. But yeah, instead of doing a custom floor just across the entire section, because it would have been a lot cleaner and easier to do, and just basically better in every way. But I wanted to keep these tree platforms just to make the feel of trees are very important. It is hard to maneuver at 7 frames per second. No! Come on. You can do it. I believe in you, Eric. Yeah, my boy. Okay, yeah, it's neat seeing these things disappear. The leaves and all that. Another thing I like to do is add furniture into fuck-ups, so that instead of being a fuck-up where you couldn't manage to place anything, or, well, couldn't manage to place stairs, it now just looks like a purposeful alcove where you wanted to put furniture, when really it's just covering up mistakes. Alright, I'm not supposed to be inside here yet. Let me through. The distance between the trees is a lot wider than it looks. There we go. This was going to be the hardest thing I was not looking forward to trying to do. I was going to try and start over there, have it a stairway sort of leading up, very slow increment in a circular coil, all the way up and around up to here. And my god, was that going to be tough. Just look at how close this is. But it looked like I could do it. I was quite happy to have it done, not happy to do it. I was not looking forward to it. But looking forward to it done. Okay, so yeah, I got food over there, storage, there's some more storage, but more in terms of like wearable storage, like all the armors and stuff. I can't believe that this used to be where I wore my deerskin armor on those racks, and I can't believe I changed that, because now you can't place deerskin on the racks, and it would have been cool to have some old school thing that you can't do anymore. But I fucked up. So yeah, all the basics. Do I hear me a big thing? I think I hear a mutant of some kind. I'm guessing cowman? No, it wasn't rumbly enough. I'd rather not an armsy, because I don't want my trees smacked down, because, ooh, that is nice. Moonset through the archway. Ah! What has happened? Well, that's new. Never had that happen before. How did that even happen? Oh. Huh. Gotta watch out for the edges of those darn custom stairs. They lie. They're not actually there. Well, I would just fix that with some more custom floor. Easy fix. So yeah, just more of the furniture. This stuff isn't really hidden. It's pretty goddamn obvious. Like, oh, there's the furniture. Okay. You sit here on that one, and you walk around over here. Okay, that makes sense. But you have to crouch to get that. Give me up, please. No, you mind if you crouch? Nope. Okay, so you can't get around this way. Right? I don't like that empty use of space then. Man, this shit looks weird from this angle. Doesn't even look like a base. It looks like a cave, a man-made cave. Where am I? Actually getting turned around in my own base. Okay, so that's west, south. No. South. Yeah, that's west. East. Okay, so yeah, the remainder of the interior of the base. Ah, there we go. I'm not really sure what I was doing here. Oh, right. I messed up the custom stairs, built them to, like, because I couldn't build them straight out that way to match this angle perfectly, and then it would work fine, but because that would intersect into those, that storage area over there, so I had to build it at this angle out over there, which means that this custom platform intersects the getting up from the stairs, so I just decided to wall that area off. Let's see. So yeah, obviously, put storage over here. Got some, I'd like to get on this block, please. Thank you. Got some, ways up and around the base. Okay, here we go. Oh my dear lord, I forgot how difficult this one was. Trying to get this out to... Oh my gosh, and then get that here. You just barely fit through. It took me quite a while in trial and error to be able to maneuver in and around this area. As you can see, I placed on the tree platforms, I placed stick fences as well as on the custom stairs, but the again, at the time, the wooden bridges, you actually couldn't place anything on them, so that's why there's no sticks on these, so you could just fall right in, for example, but I would fill those in now. I'm very fond of the way you can see out into the world. Alright, I don't think I finished the furniture tour down here. Thanks, because there's not really too much left to see down here, I guess. Just a nice little tea area. At one point, you can see I have a skull, sort of a sacrificial, not decorational little skull right there. At one point I tried to, please let me through. At one point I tried to do it so that, you can see there's a rope behind there, a climbing rope. I tried to do it so that all the climbing ropes had little skulls in front to indicate where to grab, but most of these ropes don't work anymore, let alone through stuff, so yeah, those skulls are kind of pointless and in the wrong place and extremely hard to remove, even if you can. I feel like some of them... I think you can with the hole cutter, but I know that with the distance with other stuff in the way, that good luck. So yeah, having the trees being the main choice and going for these tree platforms here obviously made everything super messy inside, but I don't know, I like the messiness kind of, and again, it was all for the trees, so that's what you gotta do. Okay, now, I believe that's most of the inside. At least on the ground floor, the main inside. Now I can start to go into the main meat of the ring areas, the concentric rings. That's I forgot to mention that, or I think it's in the title, but decided on the name of the base was my ring base because of the shape of having vaguely ring-like structures surrounding each other. Had the you know, this defensive wall ring first, and then had more stone after that, and then the addition of those outer trees on the inside, because there's nothing growing on the beach side obviously, but on the inside it, eventually from above the whole base sort of looks circular. So yeah, that's the main level of the outside. Where should I think I'll come up this way to the first level. So yeah, you come up over to here, and you're like, oh, la-di-da. I think I hear some enemies, but again, screw them. This was quite fun to try and get all these stairs in and around the Alpine Treehouse, because the stairs do not like playing around with the treehouse. I've actually changed my mind. I don't really like the sound of little rats running around my base. Or running inside of my base, apparently. There's this mechanic in the game that the game despawns your structures at a certain distance, even if you even if you can see them visually, they're not able to interact physically, so they'll just walk right into your structure, and then if you get close enough, they'll be trapped inside of your structure because it spawns in when you get close enough. Would you please? Hey. I always love this coming in. Feels like a giant interior garden. Okay, so yeah, the first level of the ring base. with just basic, you know, like defensive boneworks. You got your barely filled in explosive racks. Like I only just got started on that. Got your arrow racks, which I have not filled yet, but I do have the bows at least. Got the spears you can throw it at people. Yeah, I think I'd only just barely gotten these decorations in, so I haven't gotten around to filling any of these. Yeah. Nice view of the inside. Nice defensive view of the outside, able to shoot down at people. What's... Oh, the nook is down there. Nice. Got more of that that I'll show you in a bit. I think that rope goes to there. This rope goes up to the very top. I'll go up there in a little bit here. And then that rope goes just to the second floor of the ring base. Let's see what's going on here. Not too much. This leads up from the nook there. Nice little bit of interconnectivity. Didn't realize before how much that that stone that I used to ring the side of the staircases surrounding the treehouse. I didn't realize how much it blocks the view. So yeah, this being the defensive, the first level where all the weapons and stuff are, it's got a pretty good view of where to shoot people. And people... Yeah, I highly doubt somebody's gonna firebomb through that hole. There should be windows here, but I think that's where the first tree is located. Yeah, so there's no point in having windows there, it would just be blocked. Almost be worse because it's so frustrating. God damn, those are wonky. Nice little stairway up to the second level. And then there up and out to the rest of these trees. Hey, sick of these trees, man. You don't like me. I wonder if I can grab that through. Oh my god, I can't. That's the, oh, I wonder if you can use that. So the new rule is that, or for the most part, it's very hard to get onto the climbing ropes through objects, but I guess because there's a window there, it's not technically through an object. I can just see it, so it's... So I wonder if you can make stuff that's like build on windows, but then you're allowed to reach through them, so it'll... I assume you get what I'm getting at. Oh, excuse me. God damn. Get the hiccups here. Oh! I assume you get what I'm getting at. I don't think I actually went this way yet. Did I? Show you this, Alright, I forgot about this. Very limited, just like one chair, one couch, a bench. Alright, because this, I didn't want to build in too much, because like I said earlier, this is where the, that weird twisty staircase that's going to be almost impossible to build was going to go. Got one more crouching entrance. but this one, since it went into the, it's not quite a main part of the base, like it has to go over that, you have to go over this weird thing to even get into the main part of the base. I consider this outer tree area part more of like just a, not part of the base, but just, I don't know, nice rest and relaxation area out there, so I didn't, you don't have to crouch to get in. There we go. So yeah, these trees kind of serve as a bridging layer between the first and the second, this is where I was. So the trees kind of serve as a bridging layer between the first and the second levels of the, of this ring-based section here. The reason I've kept, you can pop down there. The reason I kept, this log holder there was because I suppose I can just put a rock wall instead, but I actually messed up and made this too low. You can't actually get through here, so I wanted something to block you and not make you question it. Yeah, got this. I'm not really sure why I made some parts open and then most of the sections are closed. There's this you can just walk right through. I don't know, sometimes it looks good to have it open, sometimes it looks better closed, so I guess I was just going in the moment. This is obviously up to the second level. I'll go up there in a sec. This goes up to like the third level, I guess. I swear I put at least some bombs on here. I feel like I'm being lazy, I don't know. Maybe I'd only just built them and I was getting around to it. This is probably the single best, I can see all you guys. Actually, no, this is. Huh. I haven't actually been down here and taken a look at this since I built that, that up above. I really kind of like the way it, just makes you feel like there's something big and friendly above you and it's protecting you. Very benevolent. You feel protected down under here. You can just, it's like you're a kangaroo in a mother's pouch and you can just kind of look out and be like, haha, shoot arrows and shit. That'd be scary. Project kangaroo the roo with a projectile weapons. Just want to get a nice view of, come on. It was a bit worse at night and I was moving too fast, so it was hard to see. Just pan very slowly here. Get a nice view of the daytime. So yeah, there was the thing going under here. Forgot about that. Half window into the next section. What does it look like from this side? It's so laggy. Kinda cool. I like being able to see the outside too. Okay, so yeah, I think this is where I started. This is obviously the way into the second or third level, I don't know, they're all kind of mixed together, of the stone extension out front. And I was thinking of having, or I can't remember if I already told you, but I was thinking of having just more stairs leading up onto that, or from here up into there maybe, or up there, I don't know. That's still definitely work in progress. Okay, I think that's everything on the first level. Now you can either go up and out and around and up again, and here's that stair that I was talking about that was blocking the view. Or you can come in from the inside as well. And this upper level was originally supposed to have like a kind of an attic feel to it, so there was no, that's why there's no holes in the side for seeing. It's just a straight go into the custom roof. Now this is one of the main problems that I was talking about, like the dev fixes that really just made me go, okay, I am not doing this anymore. Was this these roof sections that just duplicated into weird spots and just started blocking the access here. I don't know why, I don't know what, I don't know how to fix them without breaking half the roofs as well, so I'm having to redo them all. It's just horrible, and it's just not fun. It's not good. One sec here, I think music has stopped for some reason. Video pause, continue watching, yes please, thank you. I guess YouTube's trying to save me my bandwidth. Thank you, YouTube. But I am definitely still using you. Don't go away. So yeah, those like random sections of roof just blocking, like how am I supposed to get rid of this? I guess if I install Mod API I can get that, do that thing where you can change the hole cutter size to hopefully be able to just trim it real nice, but I'm scared of Mod API, so I don't want to do that, so I just decided to rebuild the base in a new save. Can't wait to show that off too. This was going to be much more filled in with various things here, but didn't get around to finishing this patio. I was thinking it would be maybe a bit more enclosed. I might even, now that it's a lot more level at this point, I might go try for another stone roof over it and make it level this time, because that first time was fucking annoying. And I forget if I mentioned it or not, but yeah, the westward facing compass Cardinal point for facing out there. And then, damn, that day went by fast. I feel like it was just dawn a moment ago. And obviously the extension out to the defensive area here would have been got a lot of room for a lot of stuff to put on this floor here. So then, yeah, you got the second floor here. You got a nice view of the inside. Nice little way to fall down there to, yes, you fall down. Then there's the way right back up here. Nice. Here's another goddamn roof that isn't supposed to be here. This leads up to the very top part. I'll go there in a bit. This was a nice little bomb section and arrows and all that, because it's good. Can't really see now because it's nighttime, but it's good. Nerf. I do this. Will this be good enough? Yeah, you can see down there. It's a pretty good section to fight and shoot and throw bombs down at. Let's see here. I think this is part. Oh, hello. I wonder if they saw the flare. This is part of the one of those trees outside. It's connecting into the sheathing around it, and that's how I got the that half. Or no, wait, what? Oh yeah, that's the pole from this stair, and then it goes up to there, and then yeah, and stuck. From there you can I don't know. There's very little room, but I still wanted to place like maybe just a side table, right, the small one right here or something. I don't know. Also, these rooms were not this short. There wasn't this huge gap. I don't know what you guys did there at night, but looks like you shortened and shifted over this roof section quite a bit, because now it's just, it used to be over there with the rest, but now it's just a solid blockage right here. I don't know what that's about. So yeah, more of this attic-y feeling section, the top section of the roof. That goes up into, oh right, I forgot to mention, that goes up into like the 3rd or 4th level. I wanted to show you something real quick. Yeah, let's go out onto the defensive trees out in front here. So yeah, when I made this, trees were, they would only go up until about, like this tree for example, only reached about, okay, I guess I can't see it if I'm on the platform, but just trust me, right about here, just underneath here, that the height-wise, the tree ended with the physical collisions. Like, you could still see the tree, but you could shoot arrows through it, you can throw bombs through the top of it, you can walk through it and stuff, so yeah, but they changed it so the effective height of the trees is now quite a bit higher, so I would have to, this can be firebombed now, so I'd have to sheathe the trees even further up for defense. And as you can see, I now can't walk through, so it's a bit annoying. But, yeah. Just the remainder of the tree walkways here. Okay, go back inside real quick. Okay, hold on. So I guess that goes to the 3rd level, that goes to the 4th level. I don't know, they're all like weird half levels and stuff, so it's just approximations. Just wherever you end up, man. I don't know. God damn, this is so much harder now with the way less FPS. When I first was starting to build the base, it was so much nicer. Okay, so where was I? Okay, so this is where that ends. So you can sort of see what I mean by half levels. Like, it is technically one level, but then that one goes over to here, and then come back down over here, and then you're at this. So yeah, the whole reason I went into that tree spiel there was because this is now impassable. That's something. Yeah, not really sure what to do about that. Okay, so let's go back over this way and finish from the western half. So yeah, more of these damn trees, or not. I'm blocked, I don't like being blocked. Ugh, YouTube ads. So yeah, I'll get to what's over here in a sec. So this is probably the ugliest section of the entire base, except maybe the, oh my god, I forgot. They made it even worse by adding this, this one spa right here, so that you literally just can't get past now, I don't think. If I really struggle, no. So yeah, it's now completely impassable, but before you had to just crouch to get under, and it was a little bit annoying, but it was like, whatever. You don't even have to crouch through this section, you can just, oh, right, never mind. I forgot they so many changes. When I first built this base, our player character's width was less. We were thinner, but we were longer. Like we had a bigger belly protruding forwards and backwards, not sideways. So you were thin enough to fit through here before, but now you're not. So you have to crouch. And then is there anything in here? No, I think these rocks were just to support some. Oh wait. No, okay, yeah, there's nothing in there. You're supposed to. Oh. Maybe you are supposed to come in here too, because you're supposed to be able to get down a level. It's taking me so long. It's not a quick, smooth thing that it really just ruins the effect. There we go. So you have to go inside the custom platform thing to get around that. But yeah, it's just a cheap, quick get down. Aha, I'm here now. But basically useless. Oh, hello. You just keep doing that. I'm gonna... This is way harder without my HUD on. Or does this rope just... No, it still works. It just took me 10 tries. Okay, so, yeah, so that's, impassable now, basically. This leads up to the, roof section. I'll go up there in a bit. Yeah, that's impassable now. Aw. So laggy, it didn't let me get to where I wanted to. 6 frames per second. God love it. Will you stop blocking me, Mr. Tree? Ah, right, I can get over from this way. Cool. So, let's see. Yeah, you see what I mean about all these different half levels and such. Okay, so to get up to that level, you want to go here, out, around, up onto this, and then there we go. Okay, so now we're over here. Or I'll go to that's a semi-main staircase, so I'll go there in a sec. You can see more of the duplicated roof sections here, although in this one instance it actually looks kind of good. It almost looks like it's supporting buttresses or something like that, so I don't know, that kind of gives me an idea for using that feature like that as a aesthetic touch. Yeah, okay, let's see. So yeah, there's like this weird half level that goes above that section, and then this level is much lower. What's that like? Oh, it's just enough. Then this weird half section that goes much lower, but it normally connects into there, but the extended roof section, of course. So yeah, that's how you normally get around there. Just trying to make sure I get each level before I go to the next one. Yeah, I think we're allowed to go up. Not. Please stop. Let me through. This is insane. There we go. Okay, so not up to the top. That goes up to the roof. Let's go up to the one just before the roof. The 4th level, I think. Oh no, this isn't even. This is the catwalk level. Okay. So this is where that tree that is now blocking us would normally put you out at. And what the heck? That's not normal. There's just a cut in my custom roof. That's again more of these dev changes. Okay, so yeah, this like 4.5th level is one that sort of comes out up to here, and this one leads out onto the catwalks that you may have seen from below. Kind of would rather do this during the daytime, but whatever. Oh wait, I don't know, maybe I'll show you how you can get up to here usually, because that was a bit of a roundabout method. This is the staircase that just comes right up from the tree platform level. And then you're right here. Up at the this weird little junction level almost. Wait, what's that interval right? Or not? Oh, those are just the stairs leading up to the top level. Okay. Nice little gap there. So yeah, These are the, I think I was vaguely thinking of doing, I think that's why I left that open actually, of doing a stair from there up to here, but I wasn't sure of how to do that. I've figured out now, so I know how to do it now, but I wasn't sure of how to make the mechanics make it work when I thought of it, so, yeah, I would add a stair from there up to here, because there needs to be a bit more interconnectivity with the catwalks. But I just really love catwalks in bases. I don't think there's supposed to be this big of a gap here. That's another dev change. Yeah, just being able to view the base from above and being able to see everything. Looks fairly goddamn shitty, I'll admit, right now at night, because I can't see much, but in the daytime I think it looks rather darn cool. And again, there's no, like, I'm sure I'm going to toss a ton of lights everywhere once it was closer to completion, but not going to happen now. Again, with the trees being much more, what's the word? Much taller in their interactivity now. I can't. I used to be able to jump because this is the Alpine Treehouse tree that's fixed. It's just right there, like a couple feet below, and I have a couple of rocks that would just jump up and into the tree and then up onto here. But now, now they're phased into the tree, and you can't jump into them or onto them. I was rather proud of myself for getting that bare clearance here. Hey, it's starting to be light. We can see a bit more. I really wish I had managed to get that angle better and not have it up and sideways. That just looks weird. It almost looks like it was made for the catwalk section, but no, this was done way before I built the catwalks. Just illuminated the failure having the catwalks there. So yeah, I guess the catwalks are, in the new base, I've made the catwalks much more of a, like, you almost have to go onto the catwalks. I guess in this base it was more of a hidden thing. I think there's literally only this one way up into the catwalks from here, so it was, I think the original idea of these catwalks was having like a private, I don't know if you've seen The Rescuers Down Under, it's private, I think it's this film about mice, and they had this chandelier above this nice, really fancy restaurant, but the chandelier itself was a nice little restaurant for mice. Like, they had a big ballroom, dining room thing for mice, and it just really made me want to have a nice dining room set up here in the catwalks. Actually, I don't need this lighter anymore. Yeah, okay. Let's see here. So I think that's every which way. Now I just have to go up to the very top level. Is there anything up front? No, I already went through there, Yeah, I think I'll take that route up, actually, though. That'd be easiest to just jump. Oh, do I have to? I don't think there's enough clearance, I have to crouch. Well, that was a delayed effect. Almost didn't do it. It is kind of neat having, I don't know, it just would have been better before, actually, this log change completely got it. Ooh, thunder. Starfish in the sky. So yeah, I don't think I've seen anybody else use trees protruding through. Well, okay, that's not true. by the time I built this, I had not seen anybody, but since I've seen, like I actually saw Zuma Arcade doing a, he just had one tree, and it was one of those really small saplings just growing through like a custom foundation, literally like 10 feet off the ground. Very basic, but I've mostly not seen anybody else use this idea of having the big-ass trees growing up to their mostly full height, and then right where they start to branch out again, you have the gardens, so it almost looks like the trees are coming out of the gardens. Now you start seeing actual evidence of, oh, I was actually building on this map, as opposed to just everything in its place. Oh, right, this is the temporary save spot because I was up here so much. So yeah, as you can see, at this point I had reached, where do I begin on this? So you can see these pillars leading up from here, right? They were actually extensions of the basic pillars leading all the way up from the ground. You can see that one probably best. On the outside, they led into these supportive little little archways to catch you, because okay, that very hard to climb with low FPS. Because originally the come on. Originally these roofs, no matter how steep you made them, you could still climb them pretty darn well, whereas now you have to have a decent starting point, and even then I messed it right there. Come on, please let me climb it. No, yay! After, oh crap! After a lot of what was I about to say? I don't know. All right, after a lot of effort, you can probably get up, but yeah, that was just another change that made me very sad, because this these roofs used to be almost like a goat raceway around the top of the base. You could just sprint around, jump in, and almost never fall. And the almost never part was taken care of by these archways, and then they would catch you, so that you would basically find it very hard to die. But yeah, as you can see now, it's just kind of a hassle. It's easy to get stuck between these. It's, I can't jump right now, I'm trying. It's, you gotta spin around and around and around, try and get out. And, it's just not nearly as fun as it used to be. But yeah, so I got these catcher archways out on the outside edge here, and then the, I can just make it inside here, yay. Where was I going with this? Something about the inside archways. Not really sure where I was going with this. Oh, right. The inside archways were used to, there we go, support the, okay, you can't really see it here. What, huh. I wonder why that one's not high enough. I guess I didn't use this pillar? But that one's high enough. You can see I used it for the custom floor, and this is all one custom floor, so it was a huge, getting close to the limit of the anchor points. I think I actually did. I ended up having to leave a few sections a bit open, and then just fill in the corners after with another set. So I think it is actually maybe like 3 custom floors, but it's one huge one and 2 or 3 very small ones. But so yeah, once I used those to get up and build this level custom floor, then my next step was to try and level out the tops of all these custom roofing, because it was quite a hassle to get them into place, and there's no way in hell I could have made the roofs themselves all level, so I had to do the leveling afterwards. And for the most part, like, okay, that me and my big mouth. I was about to say, in sections like that, yeah, there we go. Usually you can, up until that very last section there, usually you can kind of bounce over them, or it just kind of lets you walk fairly good, or sections you have to jump up over. It's not too bad, whatever. But, yeah, so I was having, I was planning on having we got the main section here. So yeah, like you've got the lowest probably sections right about there, or actually no, I guess the lowest section would be right there, and one section right about there, and so 4 sections total that are the lowest, and then about 2 or 3 highest sections. So that's, and the differences between the lowest and the highest make for about 4 or 5 levels. So I've got to have 4 or 5 levels all variously interconnected, and then the very top level should all be exactly level, so then from there I can build on a level, if you will. So then I was gonna, yeah, so it was quite a bit of work ahead of me with just more rock interlacing to try and even out the feel of it, the field there, and then having the very top level in place there. So that was quite a bit of work ahead of me, but still kind of work that you can't wait to do kind of thing, as opposed to like, oh god. But yeah, I was very much looking forward to it. I think if I recall this section, oh yeah, let me just turn around, actually that'll explain. Yeah, see right there, for example, I was saying the sections I didn't quite manage to get it fully up against the wall, and this one you can just get out of, you can't fall down, so I don't think, okay then. Can you fall down? I forgot they changed how wide we are, so I guess you can now. But yeah, I didn't get around to doing a custom floor for that yet, but I can. But what was I going to say? Yeah, just to indicate that the floor I wasn't able to, just because it's so damn huge with all the anchor points. So yeah, let's see. And I tried to get it so that, like here, obviously, a firebomb could just come right through, and then I fucked up. There's an open area right here, but most of the time I tried it so that if there's an open area, there's a closed area right behind it, so that the bombs can't get through. So that, because I have had people throwing firebombs all the way from the ground, all the way up here. It's insane their distance. Now, if I recall, there's some weird reason I don't. Hey. Okay, can you hear me pressing my keyboard? That's me telling the character to move backwards, but it's so laggy he just won't. There we go. So much lag, master. So yeah, this is one of the tallest sections. There's not supposed to be a hole there. Why do they have to change my custom rows so much? This is exactly why I quit this map. So yeah, a rather nice view. It's a good defensive area. But this is one of the taller sections, so that once you get on top, because like once you get to the top of the roof section, then you place the one layer of this rock sheathing stuff, and then once you get on top of the rock sheathing layer, then that's the one of the base levels for being the highest planes, like right here, and then obviously right here is slightly taller, and then over there is I don't know, the average is like right there is lower, but that's taller, so then the average right there is approximately the same, and then I think the very tallest point is that one over there, and then there's another tall one like right here, and then the idea was that like I said, I'll raise them up and up by another, like maybe probably right up to where the zip line is actually, and then right about there everything should be level, and I can build up from there. It's going to be fairly open-sided after that, so that you can kind of see out, so that it would be only like having a couple of rock pillars basically in each corner, probably more solid than just a couple, but you know, having almost like a couple of towers in each of the tallest spots, and then they would all come into this central area where I wanted to have I was thinking of doing an observatory and like with a telescope and all that, and or something. I don't know, I wanted to do something with the shadows, like a sundial maybe, or something likes of Indiana Jones and I think the Raiders of the Lost Ark, when he sticks that stick in the sand there, and then the reflection, or no, the shadow from the top of the stick marks exactly where in the city it wants. So it's like using the time of day and solar and the shadows to make cool arts and stuff. I don't know, I was just rather inspired by that. I wanted to do something like that here. So yeah, you got your top interlacing layer, I guess you could say, of various heights. Ooh, okay, I think that one might be the tallest. That's even taller than, how do you even get up there? Let's see what happens if we just go this way. Skins look so terrible now. But I tried to mark little areas where you could get down and around with the skins. Little hidden back doors and stuff. I think that I got that idea from my buddy Third Axis. He's a good forest builder. Should check him out. I'll hopefully remember to put a link to his channel or Steam or something here. Ow. Maybe that's not very well designed if you hurt yourself when you fall. I think it's just because it's so laggy. I tried to sprint forwards, because the more I sprinted forwards, the more height I would get, because forwards equals height, because of the... I'm sure you can understand just by looking what I'm talking here. But it's so laggy I wasn't able to go fast enough. But yeah, got some nice views up here. Oh, check this out. So I discovered, actually maybe I'll do the whole, oh no, but that would require, okay, yeah, I'll just do the first part then. So yeah, so I bring all the stuff, dog carts up here, rock carts, whatever, bring them up here, and then I'll dump them off the side like this, but because of the way the physics are, it kind of goes a bit wonky. Like if I just let it drop a little bit, right about to there, it should be fine. Now if I just drop it, aww, normally it goes flying up into the sky. Let's see if I can reset it. Okay, I guess I'll go flying. That works too. Okay, maybe I'll just go right back up here real quick. Use the scaffolding as it was originally intended. And when they did that change to our characters' bodies and made us thinner but wider and able to fall down places, it made it so I had to put these extra rocks down here, otherwise you'd just fall to your death. So that was another fun dev change requiring more work on my part. Always. I kid. Changes are usually good. Just happen to make me have to work more. Okay, so yeah, I got another little hidden spot in here where you can jump down. Here's that stairway I was looking at earlier from the really ugly section. I think this was purposeful, having a hole right here so you can just fall down to the next levels. So yeah, here's how you get up. This is usually how you bring the carts up, backwards usually, otherwise it's a bit harder. So you back your way up. Oh, almost fall off. Back your up. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with this entrance area thing, so I only just left a couple of logs here and I wasn't sure what I was going to do. This is one of the holes I was talking about that I didn't cover with the, I didn't have enough anchor points, and then I realized, hey, maybe I might as well just use this hole and have a little turtle shoot. Yay! And you 90% of the time don't take damage from using it, so it's pretty cool. I mean, I know most of the time you don't take damage from a turtle shell anyway, but this one seems to add even better chances, because I think you hit the, you hit this big-ass log on the way down almost all the time, so it absorbs the impact somehow. So it's just a perfect little turtle shoot. Okay, what's the quickest way up? I think I was also planning on building a staircase in there and then cutting into the wall right there, but there's a fun little glitch that happens where if you hover over a never mind, apparently it's working right now. Sweet. Or I wonder if they just fixed it entirely. Well, I'll finish explaining the glitch, and then I'll see if they fixed it, but it was basically this thing where if you are looking at, you've got your hole cutter out, and you're looking at a patch of, like, either custom floor or a custom wall, or, not wall, roof, and, you just keep rotating and keep trying to get it, you keep finicking with it, it might just stop interacting with you entirely. It might just stop going white like this. It might just not respond. Did they finally manage to fix it, or do I? Oh, there we go. See, now this entire section of roof is just not allowing itself to be cut. So I just can't cut that section of roof now. And then I think this section of roof right here, I actually saved when that happened, so I'm never able to cut this section of roof again. Really surprised this section's working now. I don't know. I could have sworn last time I tried this section was already broken, and then I was... Oh, well, I don't know why it went up so high, huh? So that would be another problem if it decides to go that high. I only wanted to cut this section here. But anyways, yeah, I was going to build one from up there to here, but the glitch was stopping me, although it doesn't seem to be now. So maybe they did some work on that? I hope so. That'd be awesome. But that was another huge reason why I quit. Okay, so yeah, let's see. Turtle shoot, all of that. We've already seen all that, Probably finish the stream by going over that zip line, so we'll do that last. And then I really want to get that. I really want to get that flying log cart thing. Come on. So yeah, like I said, this whole inner area was going to be just, I don't know, probably add more garden-esque shit, just make it look kind of pretty and add random sculptures and stuff, and the actual next level would be, like, almost, like a lot of stories above this. It'd be, like, up to there before it finally comes all overarching. It would be a lot of open space and very open feel in the middle, so still feel like a nice upper garden up here, hopefully. Yeah, I can't believe it's night again. Well, chances are they fixed the sled mechanics to be a lot less volatile, which I can't blame them. They were pretty crazy before. I might just upload, I have a bunch of other clips of, although I was using Fraps at the time, so the F frame rate is even worse than using OBS like this. But, yeah, maybe I'll just try and upload those separately to my YouTube account here. Oh, I'll just shoot right through. I think the only reason I haven't done that is because they have, I wasn't paying attention at the time, so I was just playing as I normally do and listening to non-copyright music, or no, non-copyright, because copywritten music, so I can't just have that uploaded on my account. That would be naughty. What was I going to say, though? Oh, right, yeah, that's the only reason I haven't uploaded them, so maybe I'll just silence them, so you just have the video and you can see how the things went flying. Can I stand this now? Aha! So yeah, here's the last thing I wanted to do, using this rope to get up. And then, yeah. Okay. Oh, right, I wanted to figure out how to get up to that very top there. There's a very small chance I can make this jump. I don't know if y'all are familiar with it, but, ooh, that was nice. There's this mechanic in the game where sometimes you can make jumps and sometimes you can't. Like, you'll literally just be doing the exact same jump 1 minute, and then the next minute it just won't let you get a grip, kind of, for the jump. Like it's jumps that you're only going to partially make. Like this, obviously, you can always make. You're just going to jump, alright, I'm on it. But it's jumps like start over here or so, so I'll just barely catch the edge, and it'll probably let me jump again. Yeah, it did there. But, that was hard to tell. I might have just been landing on the ground. But, yeah, basically what I'm saying is that you have to get the edge jumps, but then sometimes it just won't let you, so, yeah, you just sometimes look like a complete nerd to your friends when it's, no, it's the game, it's fucking up, I promise. So yeah, this is right here, this is probably the lowest section. It's just one, like as soon as you complete the, like that's the lowest section of roofing, because then as soon as the roof finished right there, and then it's just one section of, one story of this, stone sheathing stuff, and then you're up here, and then I guess this would be kind of the second level, or, yeah, I guess, sort of, and then up here would be kind of the third level. That goes out over the yacht there. You can see it if I look at just the right angle. But, is it still full moon? Yeah, mostly. So, yeah, let's see, I think this is the way up to the tallest section. No? Alright, this right here, this tallest, or taller-ish section doesn't actually have a way up yet. I've got to get to the next level before I can do that. Yeah, I'm not really sure how I'm going to do that. Maybe more stairs or whatever. Yeah, here we go. This is the way up to that very tallest section here. I think this is the tallest, besides over there where the zip line's an exception, but I think this is the tallest spot in the base, really. Or at least as of now for the levels that I'm going to have intersecting each other. And then, yeah, so then the zip line's even taller, but that's exception. Yeah, I think I'm going to go sleep, and then, I don't really have to go too far. There's that extra bed up here. But then I can show you the last two things here. Okay. I love this feel of being up in the trees, but still having, like, I'm on the platform, but or not platform, I'm on the custom floor, but I got the trees up here anyways. It just feels cool. Alright, I didn't show you, I think I went up and above, that's where I went up there, but I didn't show you this level. It's just pretty basic. You can see all the rock pathing that I've done, the first Cardinal point that we saw there. Nice field, nice view. Actually, I kind of want that for a picture. And, yeah, last of the tree platforms here. And then you can either kind of hop onto the rock from there, it's a bit harder, or you can just hop over here, which is, I guess, more dangerous, but whatever. If you fall, you're a nerd. You deserve to die. No. Yeah, let's go. If you get just enough speed, you can just, okay then, suck the duck. If you get just enough speed, you can just run right up these roof sections, which gives me the idea for using roofs as ramps at some point in the future. I want to try that. Yeah, this you get up to more of the main section here. Okay, la-di-da. Okay, so head over to this main thing here. So I built that over there before I built this, but I kind of want to show you this first. So as you can see, this is sort of where the focus of my resources are. I've got all my logs and my stones and stuff right here. So let's see, where to begin with this. This is just a stone structure to contain the actual secret and the actual cool thing here. It's just a rock, or not a rock, defensive gate to keep the enemies out. Obviously this is very vulnerable. People just walk right in here and destroy this if building destruction is on, but yeah, so, okay, so this is for my custom large log holder. This is my failure to get up onto a simple rock wall for some reason. Very, very interesting. I'm glad I showed you that. Okay, so yeah, this is my my raft way for my custom large log holder, which is basically just a large raft with a bunch of log holders on it. It's a very popular design anyways, just having a large raft of log holders, but what most people don't realize is that you can move these over land by sucking the Zuck, apparently. Come on. Okay, maybe this would be the one point where I should probably turn on the HUD so you can see what's going on here. Okay, oh, there we go. So see, right there is that E icon. E to... oh, that's a stick. That's probably why it wasn't working. That E icon is for a... as you can see, that's for a lighter. I don't want to light that. That's for something else there. Sometimes this... oh, there we go. Glitches out and you have to just move away from it. But okay, so... let's forget all that happened. Let's forget this is fucking here. Basically, yeah, all watercraft have this function where you walk up to them, look at them at the right angle, and you get this option to press E to push them away. And usually it's just for light. Oh, does not like intersecting that rock for any length of time. Normally I try to shunt it right over it, but I'm going slow because I'm explaining right now. But yeah, so yeah, you just do that, and you just press E, and all watercraft you knew this, but I went with the large raft because it's the most capacity for the most amount of log holders I could get, and obviously I could have phased a lot more together, but I don't really like the look too much of that. It's a bit harder to grab and stuff too, so I just made them all spread out. But so yeah, and then the raftway itself, like all these enclosing rock walls, are more for just to kind of guide it. You can just literally just have it out in open field and just kind of shunt your way around here. But I find that having these rock walls kind of keep these pick-upable pebbles, the most annoying thing ever. But yeah, I find that having the rock walls in place helps it direct it a bit so that you don't get turned sideways or hit stuff or try to flip or whatever. But yeah, it's aside from the small chance of flipping and stuff like that, which obviously it goes down with the raftway, like I just said, it's a fairly goddamn efficient way of getting a lot of, in this case, logs, or I guess you could make rock holders on just whatever kind of holders you want. Very efficient way of getting tons of resources moved at once. Where's that? There it is. You don't want to go into that log, but yeah, it's just a pretty efficient. Okay, tried to go left, but it went almost straight and went to the log anyways. Pretty efficient way of moving stuff around. The only annoying parts are that sometimes it gets stuck and you have to. Like, sometimes you're looking right at it and it's all fine and you're not sure why it's not working, and it'll show me here, but sometimes it just won't, and you're like, what? You just have to walk away and come back real quick, and then it'll show you the marker again. So that's one of the few annoying points. But yeah, aside from that, I would completely recommend this for most people building large-scale stuff. It's very useful as soon as you start taking out all the logs and you're... oh, yeah, so yeah, I can't... oh, no, I moved too far now, I think. I tried to show you the glitch there. But, yeah, once you get all the logs out of your area, you're going to want to move fairly far away and get more logs. The only other thing of note is that it will move differently depending on where you are when you push it. So if you're directly behind it or directly in front of it, it'll go pretty much straight. If you're directly at one of the sides, then it'll if you're at the back of the side, then when you think from here, I think the front will kick to the left and the back will kick to the right. But then if you go to the front of one of the sides, so from here, I think it'll actually almost push it further back on me, and I don't want that. So from here, I want to basically just push it straight in. Basically straight in. It went a bit to the right. And then to get it a bit away from that wall, I think you would... the easiest way is just to push it into the wall more and just let the rock wall do all the work. But okay, it's being stubborn. It's catching. So in that case, if I go here, it'll push it all the way back. I don't want that, so I'll go about medium way and then push it right in the middle there. And then if I had gone all the way to the back, it would have just cantilevered even more into the rock wall, and I really don't want that. And then, oh, which means I guess I could have just hit it once on the back side of the opposite side on this side. So it is a bit complicated, but you start to get a feel for it after a while. And like I said, the raftway, if you have the raftway, it just does most of the work for you. Just kind of forces it to be at the angle that you want. And this raftway was a little bit weird because it's this is a bit more of an advanced version. It's way harder to build and decently harder to use even. So, but it's basically because it's. I can just get to a vantage point here where I can actually see. It's basically actually I'll go up to the top. As you can see, I'm very fond of rock stairs. Basically, it curves slightly, and it even goes from a smaller section, or from a wider section right here. It's just easy to get caught up and hung up right there. But I wanted to be able to jump up and over those rocks with not have cannibals get in here. Whereas on this side, I just put holes in the bottom, but I'm pretty damn sure it tries to catch. The corner of the boat may try to catch in those holes, so it's actually better to do just a one low to the ground like that you just hop over like this one. But yeah, because it's curved, it has a lot more tendency to get caught on stuff, so that's you just got to get better at using it, otherwise it'll be kind of annoying. But if you just do a perfectly straight one, then it's way easier, and then yeah, it's basically nice to have a raftway. Then yeah, so I just shoved this into the berth that I made for it here. You don't even have to do a berth or a dock. I just thought it looked kind of cool. You just literally just have an area where you just end it and then transport it onto sleds from there, but I wanted it to be a bit more fancy. I even put a, that's that thing that was trying to burn earlier, the leaf trap to indicate how far you want to go in before it, before you want to stop pushing. Because if you keep pushing into your other structures, it may just try to glitch out on you, end up merged into stuff, and I don't want to have that. I suggest to save fairly often. Yeah, just a basic, nothing going on up here. I think I was going to put a bunch more log holders up here, but just add more storage. But for now, I was just putting the logs directly into my, my log carriers, holder things, yeah, carts. Yeah, I got all my log carts here, and then bring over my all the wood over here, and then from there I can take a nice cart full of wood and use the final thing on my tour. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, what? Oh no! Did they change the? I forgot about that. They made the sleds a lot uglier now. But at least you can see properly over the side again on the left side. So yeah, this is, as you probably guessed from the preamble reading up to it there, it's this is my causeway for sleds to get up into my base. Or just for walking up like this too, works perfectly fine, works great. And it's really fun having, you can try and bait enemies up and onto this and try and get them into the base. Maybe it's just me, but I always get a giggle seeing enemies in the upper portions of base without the base being destroyed. Just like, wait, how did you get in here? I have a little bit of a spur leading on to this the southern facing compass point, the Cardinal point. And then, yeah, so that's where how I get my resources up into my base. This is before the crane was invented, so this is how you had to do things back in the day. Now, if you just come at the rocks straight, it's a bit weird, so it helps if you push forwards, sprint and alternate sprinting, so keep just tapping sprint, and also kind of aim side to side to try and get, like, it's always awkward moving uphill, even just on flat ground with, just on actual ground with the sleds, but with this, it's not too much worse, but it's still a bit annoying sometimes, so you just have to kind of side swipe back and forth like this while you do the shift on and off to get up, but it's only for that first couple of bumpy sections right there. After that, it's just smooth sailing pretty much. So straight up into the base. Beautiful. Love it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Beautiful. And then, like I said earlier, from there you just back up and you just take it all the way up and into the main section of the base from there. And before, I was able to run these sleds all the way down to the other section of the base, but now these damn roof sections are blocking it, so it's kind of annoying. It's kind of super annoying. Yeah, and I have on my Steam profile, or no, actually, yeah, actually, on my Steam profile I have a couple of pictures of this thing, and then on it I have a link to an Imgur post doing the kind of the making of, if you're curious how to do these rock causeways, but they're kind of obsolete now with rocks being damaged and cranes being out and such, but yeah, you basically just have the two sections of pillar going up, and then in this case I made it a bit too wide, so then I had to like, you could just make it slightly closer, and then you would only need I guess you would only need the two pillars and then one going across, but I was doing it again sort of like the raftway with the causeway. I wanted to do it the fancy version where it's both rising as, because you can just do a straight causeway going across a chasm and it would look pretty good, and it would be really smooth and it would work great for sleds. This one's a bit bumpy, but I wanted to have it curved going up into the base, so going up as well, and curved, and also built on uneven ground, because this see, all the sand is on one level, but then these ones, like the hills, starts going up a little bit, so it's quite hard to level them. So that's why I had a I can't really see it. Here we go. That's why I had this lower spar going from here. Come on. Maybe it'd be there. Okay. Yeah. So going from here over to there, and then have that lower spar to support a little middle section right here. You can't. I'm just gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna use the darn arrows. Yeah, you can't really see it, but there's a little bit of a section there that I used to, like, I built halfway up it instead of directly on top of it to try and level it out. So it was basically just a harder, bigger, more complicated job to use the leveling factor. But let's see. Yeah, aside from that, you basically just need two pillars and one spar across the pillars to make each foundation section, and then you just lay as many as you want. Like, I wanted medium width, so I went with, like, I don't know, over here it's obviously a lot wider, but most of the section seems like about like 10 or so rocks in a row, maybe 15 sections in a row across each foundation section, then to get the floor of the causeway down. What was I gonna say? Something more about the leveling factor. Oh no. Since it's rising, it's not just going straight across the chasm, it's rising up into the base. I had to, I'll explain the start in a minute. So from each section you go, like, from this level all the way up to that level, so you just, I don't know, it's fairly self-explanatory and easy to understand. So just since you're going from one level up to the next, it automatically cants itself so that it's into a, like, I'm sure you can see what I did there. It's a fairly easy concept to understand. And then this first section leading into the rocks was actually way harder. Well, now it is. When I first did it, it was really easy to just go like this and then stick rocks right into the ground. Like it would be almost hard to get them on top of the ground as opposed to into the ground. But now, as you can see, it's just resting very firmly on the ground, so you have to do it almost like this, where you really look straight downwards before it'll even barely start going into the ground, but it'll also start making that bit of a gap there, and it's really annoying. So it's basically just all around a lot harder to do the direct floor directly into the natural stone, but I managed to do it on my next iteration of this save. I'm pretty proud of it. I can't wait to show you on the next tour here of this next iteration of the save. But yeah, so that's how you do the causeway. And then I added a one bone chandelier. That's all I was able to manage to get the placement down. For some reason, it's really hard to get a frickin' chandelier under these things. I don't know why. Like, it's red, or it's giving me the giving me the E button, but it's red, so it's not placing down. Although on a side note, this one was also red, but it allowed me to place it down and fill it in, so I guess that's not a, excuse me, that's not the indicator, apparently. I guess just because I'm too much lower than the, than what I'm trying to place it at. I think this one is a bit closer, so that's why I was able to get it to work. But, yeah, I could try doing scaffolding under each one, try and light it up, but, that's way in the future, and this was an in-progress base, never to be finished now, and then that was... The lighting was part of the decorations anyway, which is at the end, so, yeah. So yeah, that's, I think that's, basically everything that I need to show you, really. That's my base. My old base. Now I can get to the next section now that I've finally shown off, because I had plans to, you know, obviously to finish it and then hand it over to, real forest YouTubers here who would actually be able to have a decent FPS and decent quality when recording this, and actually have a decent player base or something. People actually give a shit about it. I'm thinking I have a decent amount of friends that should be interested in watching this. Hope you enjoyed watching this, friendos. Yeah, I think that's basically all I need to say, really. Yeah, still so much work was involved, but I've managed to recreate all of this using the developer console for the infinite resources, and I used, like I was saying way earlier, now that my building techniques have developed alongside everything else, I've managed to, and less trial and error, I managed to use less resources, so I got more of a cool base for approximately the same amount of resources it took me to build this. And a lot of this stuff, building this stuff, was also just huge trial and error. Like half of the roofs I actually tore down, made them even steeper, which was ironic, because then shortly thereafter they did that change where the roofs are almost unclimbable the more steep you make them, so that kind of sucked. But yeah, like I've used a lot of resources in the space, so I felt I had a lot of leeway when I was building the next base. So I did make it a decent amount bigger, but I did use the same amount of resources, just way badly, more worsely in this iteration of the build, this current build, so I still like to think of it as a legit play. I wonder if I can... Did I just sleep last night, or can I manage to... I should have stopped. I shouldn't have talked. I should have talked over there. I should have just gone over the zipline when it was daylight. It's a bit nicer. No, I don't think I can sleep. Shit. I must have slept just last night. I don't understand why they introduced that mechanic where you can't sleep 2 nights in a row. Well, how bad is it? Because if it's only a little bit, maybe I'll just wait. Damn, those frames. I suppose. Okay, yeah, I can just finish talking here. So yeah, it was, yeah, very work in progress, la-di-da. Can't wait to finish it. Just wanted to show off what I've managed to get so far. It was obviously plans to finish her and hand her off to real YouTubers. But I just wanted to get this done so I could start on the new thing. Yeah. Alright, I forgot this. This was, yeah, I'm fairly certain this was like this before, that you could walk in and kind of hop to the next section. Yes! Woohoo! Because remember, I was pointing out this section here where you can... Oh, wait, what? Where am I? I think I'm one level above where I thought I was. Okay, maybe we'll just fall down here. Because there was supposed to be... Yeah, there's that first level that I already showed you. Okay, and then there's a second hidden level up there. That's kind of neat. Even I'm forgetting it's there. Because, yeah, there's the first... Oh, okay, here we go. In line with this level here. This is basically in line with the custom floor. The lid on the base, if you will. Oh, yeah, shut up. And then this leads into there. Okay. Okay. Is it sleepy time yet? Come on, please. Oh my good gosh. Yay! I will never get tired of this blue sky and green and browns and grays of the stones. I just love this. And it's way cleaner in the next build's iteration. Because I had better build techniques and less trial and error. And more foresight, because like I said, this base kind of evolved along with my various techniques and stuff, so like I would build something and then I'd only think afterwards, oh, this will make a great extension on it, so then I wasn't able to pre-plan for the extension because I only thought of it later on. So a lot of things turned out kind of wonky and stuff. So yeah, this is how you get into here. Cool. Can you get back? Not back, but like if you land here, can you... Ah, whatever. Okay, let's go on to that zip line. Finish this off here. Music has been by all copyright-free stuff. I think I have the playlist in the description there. It's mostly by Day 7. It's a pretty cool, righteous maker of tunes, mostly copyright-free stuff. I think Broadband actually turned me on to him originally. And then some songs by Electrolight. He's another pretty righteous bohemian with some pretty cool non-copyright stuff, as well as other fully copyright, pretty awesome songs he's made. It's ironic that this song by Day 7 right now is Farewell. It's a perfect song to leave things off. Goodbye, base. Don't think I'm ever gonna come here again. Not really sure what I wanted to do over here. Some kind of... I don't know, just something over here. It's a lot of build space. And it was pretty easy to just either start the zipline here and end it, because as you can see from the top of the base it comes down to right about there. You know, it comes down to there, but if I start it here, it should start about the middle of the base, or end about the middle of the base, or I could just build a tower up from here if I wanted to end it up on top of the base like the other one started. But yeah, pretty cool. Wonder if I can kill my computer here, but try and see the base from over here. Oh, that's a cool spawning. Alright, forgot about this waterfall. So nice. But yeah, that's basically my old main base. Hard mode, because hard mode survival was out then. Day 493. Solo survival. Legit, no mods, none of that shit. Yeah. Well, thanks for sticking around. Hope you had a good time. Gonna go review this stream now, and hopefully it was not too bad. Alright, hope you have a good day. Bye bye.